Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Vicki Howie of ChakraBoosters.com, the creator of Chakra Boosters Healing Tattoos. And welcome to the 6th video in my series on signs that you have overactive chakras. And this is the 6th video, so we're on the 6th chakra, which is also known as the third eye or the brow chakra. It's right here, pretty much in the middle of your forehead. And it's the highest feminine chakra. So it's a game changer up here in the realm of the higher self, which is the third eye, and the crown. Up here, we're talking about predominantly non-physical energy. Now, the third eye is still embodied, but the crown isn't. And these two are very similar because there's so much upper chakra energy. There's so much spiritual energy. So I first want to note that there aren't too many people that are overactive up here, okay? But it's becoming far more common. We're even getting children born into lots and lots of psychic and spiritual energy. But where you actually see it the most in its unrecognized and negative state would be often when you see someone, if they're homeless or something and they don't have a home, because home is the root chakra. Okay, home is root chakra and foundation and being somewhat solid and feeling at home and being part of a tribe. So when someone is homeless, they're often rootless. And when they're rootless, we're talking about being way up here in the upper chakras. So often some of the signs, some of the things I'm talking about, you will notice that they would fit, say, somebody who is homeless. Particularly that's going to be true with the crown chakra, which I will be doing next. Right now we're looking at the highest feminine chakra, the third eye. It is all about intuition and your higher self, being in touch with not the cosmos directly, but in touch more with the higher version of you that is in touch directly with the cosmos. I like to make a distinction between third eye and crown, and the best distinction I can make, because they're so similar, is that the third eye is like your liaison, your higher self with one foot in the other world and one foot in this world. So you have your distinct higher self in the third eye, whereas with the crown, you're in the cosmos. In the crown, you're in the all. You're feeling your connection to everything. Can you feel that difference? So the third eye is the highest feminine, your higher self. It's connected to dreaming and melatonin and sleep states and imagination, that whole world of imagination and dreaming and that playful world of possibility. And it is about all your psychic abilities, and also, what else would I want to say here? Beauty. It's got a huge appreciation for beauty, so I got a little bit dressed up for this video. And yeah, when I think of the third eye, I think of the peacock. And you can watch my video series on animals that heal each chakra, because we so connect to animals so easily that just bringing them into our imagination, into our energy field, as it were, can begin to heal us. And for the third eye, the strongest one is the peacock, because of the eyes all over the beautiful feathers and the colors and the beauty. Oh, so don't get me started on that. But you have a good idea of what the third eye is now, and its element, and the reason I'm using quotes is because there are no elements in the upper chakras. There's elements, earth elements, and then we have these equivalents, which are frequencies for the upper chakras, and the one for the third eye is light. Let's look at the 8 signs of an overactive third eye chakra. The first one is overly vivid or lucid dreaming. And in the daytime, that can look like hallucinations. So clearly, we're a little more in the realm of reality if we're just doing this in the dream world. But if you are hallucinating, literally seeing things, and even if it's just off the side of your eye visions, that's usually a sign, because the third eye is related to sight and to imagination, okay, to insight. Both the solar plexus and the third eye are sight chakras. Number 2, ungrounded or flaky. Now let me put this in the realm of reality for you. How do you know if you are these things? Well, if you forget things, you lose things, you're late, people tell you you're flaky, or a really polite way is people will say your head is in the clouds. Your head's in the clouds. And this applies really, I'll be repeating a little bit of this for the crown because it's some of the exact same energy for these two chakras. They're basically just way away from the root, and we can get a little lost in the upper echelon of energy and get our feet off the ground and become ungrounded and flaky. Number 3, since the root chakra is the sleep chakra, the relaxed chakra, this area you might have insomnia. You might suffer from insomnia. You might be so awake, and I have had people tell me when their third eye really starts to awaken, they just wake up at, say, the same time each night, or early morning, in the middle of the night or early morning. So if you're suffering from insomnia, I can say it. If you're suffering from insomnia, and in particular, if it feels like it's even speaking to you, like I've had friends tell me that it happens at the same time on the clock, then that's really tied to the third eye, because that's something about your intuition and sharing communication with you through numbers. Okay? Number 4, dyslexia or other learning disabilities. Okay? Because this is a very right brain chakra. So it doesn't like the linear way that we learn. So there can be a lot of challenges in learning the linear way our masculine world likes to learn. Number 5, you might have dizzy spells, especially when you're first moving into more third eye chakra energy. It's just like taking you up into that lightness, and you will literally feel ungrounded and could suffer from dizzy spells. Number 6, migraines, when there's just way too much energy in the head in the third eye area and not enough energy going down into the earth, then migraines can happen. It's as if, just think of all the energy just rushing and going to that place, right? There's too much energy in the head. That's going to create intense pain, intense migraines, and relaxing and grounding can really help. Number 7, this one can go either way. So this could be a sign also of weak third eye, and it often is when it's a blockage. But sinus problems, when there's sinus pain, it can come from there being too much inflammation there, too much energy there, but it can also come from there not being enough and there's a blockage. So I just want to note that one I've seen really go both ways, but sinus problems could be there. Number 8, bipolar type mood swings, extreme mood swings. Other people would say either you are literally bipolar, you're suffering from bipolar, or you have that energy, those mood swings that people say, whoa, are you okay? Like you go from very high and manic down to very low again, back up to manic. And that can be a sign that there's too much third eye energy. It's kind of like you're in your body, you're in the root chakra in the world, and then the energy, you have so much energy up here, it takes you up into this manic state of possibility, and then your body, when it's tired, brings you back down again, and then you go back up to that manic possibility. So, I didn't add number 9, but I could, which is basically just this reoccurring, I guess I'm trying to show the signs that are quote unquote negative, and I don't know if this one is negative or not, but if there's a reoccurring sense of deja vu and a reoccurring affirmation of that you knew things were going to happen before they'd happened, this can be overactive third eye. But I find that happens really well when there's actually a balanced third eye. It can happen when it's overactive, but that's when you get the tendency to see people like on the street who are homeless, who are talking to themselves, and they have this clairvoyance and they can see things, but it's mixed into a life of so little grounding that it doesn't make much sense. So I just decided to keep that one off this list. But if you're veering into having more and more third eye energy and it's leading toward overactivity, then you could be getting that sense more and more of either just a constant sense of deja vu, I've done this before, or literally things you said were going to happen. They just keep happening, like just psychic wins, whatever you want to call it, right? Because the third eye is our psychic center. So that's it. Those are the signs for having an overactive third eye chakra. What you want to do, unlike the lower chakras with the upper chakras, there's not much differentiation. There's a little bit of difference between the fifth and the sixth because they're more embodied, right? The more we move down the body, the more duality we get between each chakra. Do you understand that? That's super important in this day and age to understand how it works as a spectrum. And when we go up toward the top, the sixth and seventh chakras, the crown and the third eye have very infinitesimal, I'm not even trying to say that word. They have very, very small amounts of difference between them. It's very minor compared to the difference between the root and the sacral. So because of that, these two chakras, sixth and seventh, I'm going to be telling you that you want to do root healing, root healing, root healing. So it's not so much about needing to do even conscious work to undo anything I just said, but rather grounding, and grounding. And I have a healing playlist for root chakra, a whole bunch of videos. It's my biggest, since my tribe seems to need root chakra a lot because a lot of you are empaths and a lot of you are just very upper chakra, right? For that reason, I have a lot of root chakra videos on this channel, so my playlist is really long for root chakra. So just go ahead and look at my playlist for root chakra, or place 1 or 3 of my root chakra healing tattoos on your lower part of your body, either on the fronts of your thighs or on under your sacral divots in the back. Okay, so that'll help. And if you didn't fit into anything on this list, you might want to go and see the signs of a weak third eye chakra, because maybe you want to boost your third eye chakra instead. So that's it for the third eye. Our last and final video in the series will be for the crown chakra coming up next. And I hope you have a beautiful week. I'm sending you so much love. Blessings.